All right, guys. Yes, we are still in the craft room today. And we just finished making our placemats. And we made mug rugs to match our placemats. So now I'm going to start one that's a little more complicated. So let's pray for me, okay? Seriously, let's, because I don't want to mess this up. And I'm scooching you down just a hair. Okay. This is the Star in the Window quilt by Pineapple Fabrics. It's a pattern for a Carla pack. Now, I did get this Carla pack from Pineapple Fabrics to do a pattern. And the pattern I had originally chosen for this was the tablecloth. We've done this tablecloth in a very springy fabric. So I didn't want to do the tablecloth again with this Carla pack. Or with a Carla pack. So when I got this pattern, which I chose with some Halloween fabric, I wasn't even thinking that I had this other Carla pack. Okay. So this is what it looks like. There are some Carla packs, I think, maybe on sale. You just have to go on there and look and see what they have available. I do know this pattern, this fabric pattern combination is still available. I just looked at it the other day. So I do know if you like this one, it is still available. It is $29.99 for all the fabric that you get. I do have some extra yardage that they kindly sent to me. But this calls for a Carla Pineapple pack, which contains 20 5-inch charm squares, 20 mini charms, which are 2.5, and 5 bonus quarter pieces. And a bonus quarter is a 21 by 21. You'll also need the batting, which is 45 by 60, but knowing me, I will make this bigger. I will find some coordinating fabric and make it bigger by adding some extra borders and thread to match. Okay, it says read all instructions. Do not pre-wash your fabric. Seam allowances are 1/4 inch. I have read over this, and it is confident beginner to intermediate. My only concern is that center square, that center star patch. This outside piece is basically very similar to the placemats we just did. So I know I can do the outside bits. Does not look hard. So we're going to open the fabric, look at the fabric, and I'm going to number the fabric. Now on the other patterns, I just kind of flew by the seat of my pants, and that's kind of how I like to do it. I like things to look very scrappy. And but I am going to try to follow this pattern exactly how it says. So I'm going to turn you guys down like that and bring you down just a little bit more here without knocking you off the table. When I bring you down like that, it spreads out my tripod, so it takes up some of my room, but you know, it is what it is. I have some little pieces of paper here cut so we can number our fabrics and I can keep up with things, because I'm easily confused. Here is that extra yardage and some interfacing. The interfacing was if I wanted to use it for, and it's still taped. I've not opened this. The tablecloth, which we're not doing with this fabric. I'm going to end up doing something else with this fabric. So I'm going to take the interfacing. Oh, and there's white fabric in here too. No, that's just the interfacing with the instructions. That's what it is. This is the interfacing. And I have the same kind of interfacing right here. So I'm going to see if this will fit down inside. Yes, it will. And keep that all together. All right, guys. And I'm going to take this extra fabric and just tuck it under my desk right there for right now. And now we're going to look at this Carla pack. Look at those pretty colors. I thought this would be so pretty for the summer. And I was going to do this in the table runner for the summer. But since I just did a table runner, I didn't want to do another table runner for you guys. I need found my little scissors and I dropped them. My hands are not wanting to work today. I have those days where my hands just do not want to cooperate. And today is one of those days. And I know this is loud and crunchy. I apologize. But it's just not wanting to open. There we go. So there's our 5 bonus quarters. Here are our charms and our mini charms. And I have pins in the papers. And I'm going to number these, because I can leave these laying out. First, I got to figure out how I want to number them. So, watch my pen not right. Oh, come on, really? I think I have another pen. Let's see if it's all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I don't need this little guy. Okay. Hey, I had a pen. So label each of your 5 fabrics, 1 through 5. Fabrics 1 and 2. Okay. Fabrics 1 and 2 will make the star square in the center of your quilt. Label fabric for the star 1. Label the background fabric for the star 2. So you need to decide what you want your star to look like. So you know you want a light and you want a dark. So this, I'm thinking, will be the center. I don't know. Yeah. I really like this fabric. I want it to be more of a focal point. And then maybe for the dark, this one. And that'll leave these 3 for accents. Yeah, I think that's it right there. So I covered up my little papers. Label 1 is the background. Okay, wait. Label your fabric for star 1. Label the background fabric for star 2. So I'm going to do 1. And I'm pinning these to the fabric, so I will know which fabric is which. And this one is 2. Okay. Then label the remaining 3 pieces. Okay. So there's 1 and 2. I have my 3. So I'm going to do 3. 4. And 5. I need little baby Post-it notes, right? Or I have those little clips. I could clip it, but I just pinned it. All right, and I'm just going to fold this so I can keep it kind of in front of me. I'm just going to make it small, lay it to the side. All right, so I have 1 and 2 here. And again, I'm just going to fold it because it says we're going to work with charm squares for the first little bit. And I'm going to fold it where I can see my numbers and lay it to the side. I'm going to cut open my charm squares, and I believe we're going to need to separate them all by the numbers that we just created. All right, so let me get that going. We'll start separating the charms into piles. Did I have a double? Yes, I did. I was going to say I'm missing a piece of fabric. Here we go. Now. And then we're just going to keep doing that. We're just going to divide our piles here. Yeah, so those got out of order. I thought so. I want to put some lotion on my hands because they are so dry. Okay, I think this is the last little section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these. I'm just going to catty corner them like this because this is 3, 4, and 5. Set these to the side, and I have nope, that's wrong. It's this one I need. This one I need. All right. These two are the two I need. Making the center star. Set aside all of the 5-inch squares from fabric 1 and fabric 2 from the bonus quarter of fabric. You will need one more 5-inch squares. Cut it from a corner. Okay. This guy. Let's get him out. All right, cut it from a corner. Set aside rest of this bonus quarter for the quilt border. Cut 7 5-inch squares from the bonus quarter of fabric 2. So we do need these. Okay. All right, we are in the middle of making this guy, and I lost some footage. So this is future self coming in to tell you I lost the footage of making my half square triangles. Now guys, a half square triangle is like this. I have a tutorial on making half square triangles. I'll leave it linked up above. So the clip of me showing you how to make half square triangles, which is just where you put 2 charms together, right sides together. You take a pencil line from corner to corner and you sew 1/4 inch on each side of that line, and then you will cut it. I lost that footage. Apparently I deleted it, and I didn't mean to. So future me linking how to do a half square triangle up above, and then it will cut to me ironing those half square triangles. So sorry. Okay. So next we're going to iron open our squares. So I have them all done here. Just going to whip you guys over. Here's the first 2 I did, and these are cut on the bias, so I've got to be a little bit more delicate. So I'm just going to open and lay my iron down, give it a little steam, and then I just kind of give it just a little bit of that. That's all we're going to do. So, and I'm pressing these to the purple. Just going to open it up. Give it a little steam. And that is it. Yep, looks good. And same thing. Lay it down. Lot side, pull the purple back. Just kind of give it a little mush. Okay. And then we'll trim off our dog ears. While that one's going, I'm going to go ahead and open this one. And just lay it out, get it ready. Let that one sit. Okay. 'Cause you can iron more than one at a time. I'm just okay. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut off all these little dog ears, all these little guys. So I'm just going to take my scissors, and these are just cheap scissors. I don't even remember where I got these scissors. I need a good pair of scissors. We're just going to snip all these dog ears. And just stack up our, I mean, I use a rotary cut. I was using my rotary cutter and just my ruler. If you want to use your rotary cutter, keeping my pattern where I can see it, you just lay out your square, you take your ruler and do it that way. I like this way. I think it's faster than the scissors. Just don't cut into your fabric. Like that. So that's, you can do it either way. You can use scissors. You can use your rotary cutter. Do not cut into your fabric. All right, let's get these last couple done, and then we'll see. This is, like, I think to me the most difficult part, which I'm probably making it worse than what it actually is, assembling the star, because it's probably a lot easier than I'm thinking it's going to be. We're getting ready to find out. Alright, so there's all it trimmed. I'm going to put my blade in. Always put your blade in. I always say bad to leave my blade out. Like, I always leave my blade out. And then I saw somebody on one of my Facebook groups that dropped it on her foot while the blade was open. Oh my gosh, she had to go to the ER. She had to go get stitches. I was like, I'm going to be shutting my blade from now on. Okay. Now, we have done all of our half square triangles, press half square triangles open. We have done cut the remaining square of star fabric 1 into 4 equal triangles. This guy? Okay. Stitch them onto the sides of the center square of the background fabric to trim overhang. Okay. I want this guy to be my center, so this is going to be my 4 equal squares. So I guess to cut into 4 equal squares, we're going to cut and cut. Is that what I'm hoping? I am hoping. Cut the remaining square of star fabric 1, which this was 2, but I want this to be my center, into 4 equal triangles. Stitch these onto the sides of the center square of background 2, which is going to give us a square with, okay, all right, I'm Hoping this is right, guys. Because that'll be like that. Okay. Be easier to do it this way. Four equal triangles. I am always like so terrified. Right? And then these are going to go on like this. All right. Come over to the machine with me. And there's one. Okay. Am I doing this right, guys? Am I doing it right? I don't even know. I don't know. We're getting ready to find out. I'm going to be so upset with myself if this is wrong. Do I leave this open as I'm sewing this? Do I leave it open? I don't know. Okay, we're going to try it and see what happens. Is this what they meant? Cut off the overhang here on the corner? I'm guessing so. Yes, I have my sewing machine so slowed down so I can be more accurate because I'm not that good yet. So I'm at about half speed that my machine will go. I'm about half the speed. Okay, last side. I'm so nervous. I'm scared of like messing something up. Okay. So here's what I have so far. I have these half square triangles. I have this guy which we just sewed these down to. I'm going to just kind of mash these open. And then we're going to hit them with the iron. This looks like the picture. I'm looking at this picture here. It looks like this picture. Get my scissors out of the way. And now I'm going to press this guy open just really quick. All right, so I have this. All right. So what I'm assuming when it says trim the overhang, they mean this guy right here. You see what I'm cutting? There's a little tail right here. And that's what I'm trimming off. It's kind of squaring up a little better. Okay. So now I have this. And that looks like where I'm at right here. Okay. Photo 3. All right, now here's where I'm confused. I have this guy. Now we got to do it again. Okay. Trim overhang. Cut the last 2 squares of fabric background 2. So we're going to go with this one. Where's my squares? Okay. All right, let me study for a minute and we'll be right back. Okay, so I know where I goofed. That is fine. I switched my fabrics. I switched my fabrics 1 and fabrics 2. Because I wanted this to be the center. So it says I cut out 2 squares of this. Now if that messes me up later, I have this beautiful yellow fabric I can use to, if I needed some more fabric somewhere, but I'm hoping it does not mess me up anywhere. So we're going to cut these in half. So I'm just going to lay them on top of each other as best that I can here. Corner to corner. We're going to cut these just like we did the other ones. Okay. Whoops, come back. I just changed this blade, so there we go. We're going to do it one more time. Like this. Is what I am assuming. All right, I'm going to sew these on and we'll be right back. Okay, I took you off the stand so I can flip you around. And I'm laying out my triangle. Over here's the rest of it. This is where my tripod sits, so I don't have room to put it, but it's just going to be the opposite of this guy. So I'm making my rows. So we will sew this row together. And then we'll sew these 2 together, these 2 together, and sew to this. And then we'll do our top row, and then we'll sew the 3 rows together. But that is what it's looking like so far, and it's looking like a star. So I'm happy. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm going to try to sew this together, guys, and we'll see what we get. We're almost done making the center star. Okay, one thing. These squares are going to be bigger than your half square triangles. So it says, now it's telling me to do the top row, but I'm actually doing the bottom row first because I'm down here. It says, sew a background square on each side of the half square triangle, keeping the bottoms even. The corners will extend. So you're going to keep one corner even, and then your top and your side is going to extend. This will get trimmed off to square everything up, is what I'm understanding this is saying. It says corners will extend above the center piece. We will trim later. Press repeat for bottom row. Sew the horizontal rows together, matching seams to form the center star. Corners will hang over. Trim the excess from the corners if necessary. See center 4 or see photo 4. All right, so here we go. We're going to sew it together. Okay, guys, we're in the home stretch of this store. I'm getting ready to sew. Look at that. Look what I've done. Okay, I'm getting ready to sew the last row on. I'm going to iron this. I'm ironing, let me see. Which way I want the seam to go. Yes, it's laying the way I want it to go. These seams are going out. This seam, I'm ironing open. They're already kind of laying out. So, it's the way they're wanting to go. So, that's where they're going. And then I'm going to iron that center seam open. All right, guys. So, next up, we're going to, I've been trying to line up my point here to this point as best as I can here. I pull it back, try to make sure that I am even. Okay, and then we're going to pin, and I know you guys hardly ever see me pin, but yes, this guy we're pinning. And then we will trim our overhangs. And I'm just going to sew this really quick. If I have enough bobbin left, I'm getting down to kneel. I did have to rip a couple because I sewed them incorrectly. I tell you, this wrapping my head around putting this together is yeah. Oh my gosh, it was something else. My fabric going here. Go ahead and start taking out my pins and my pins are more to just keep me from turning anything the way it's not supposed to be turned. Keeping it together. So I was turning my blocks wrong. That's what got me. I was turning blocks the wrong way. And I did turn my sewing machine up just a hair because I was getting tired of sewing so slow. All right, let me put you guys back here. And she is wanting to go out this way. So that's the way I'm going to let her go. I kind of let the seams go the way they want to go. This seam can fold this way. Okay, and then we will trim some of the overhang that it said we would have. Now I am just pressing her nice and flat without trying to move my iron too much. Yep, there's your good shot of the iron. I want one of those little cordless. Guys, maybe later. And I can tell you some of my points did not line up perfectly, but hey, I am okay. I might re-sew this side. I'm not liking how that one's kind of matching up. But other than that, it's not perfect, but it's a star. This corner right here I don't like. And that's really the only one I don't. Is kind of really off. I don't know if I want to tear it apart or leave it since I've already got all of it together. Really, I only need to break this corner, so I might do that. All the rest of my points are pretty close, so I'm not going to fret. They're pretty even. This one up here is just throwing me off a little bit. So I might redo this one. But that is the star. OMG. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I will probably break that corner loose. Because it's gonna, I'm not OCD or anything. But it's gonna irritate the crap out of me. I can tell you that already. Let me see how hard it's gonna be to break this one loose. Not too bad. Since it is on the end, I am going to break it loose and resew it. Just reposition it a little bit. No big deal. But other than that, the star is done. I'm just going to redo this one here. And I'm just popping seams, but that's it for the star. Okay, I got through the star. The rest of it is just like borders. This was the hard part. Okay, I'm down to that. Let's break this side loose. All right, I'm going to fix this square, and this part's done other than trimming up, and all the trimming up is these little overhangs. I just got, see these little overhangs? Square up those corners, and we're done with the star. I will see you guys when we are ready to get the borders on this guy. All right, bye.